Alright, today we're going to talk about functions. A function is a relation in which each element of the domain is paired with exactly one element of the range. So, domain, we talked about with relations, that's your input or your x values. Range is your output or your y values. I like to relate functions to vending machines. If I go to, let's say I'm going to go to this vending machine right here. I go and push, let's see, I'm going to do this 33, this Z bar. If I go to this vending machine, I put my money in, I press 33, I'm going to get a Z bar out. Okay? Now, but if you go to that vending machine and press 33 and get a Nature Value Oats and Honey bar, that machine is not working right. It is not functioning correctly, so it is not a function. Okay? If I go and press 33 and get my Z-bar, you press 33, you better also get a Z-bar. Alright? So, that's kind of the deal with the function right there. Now, one thing that it is important to know is that if I go and press 35 and I get this TLC bar, and you press 36 and get a TLC bar, that's okay. That function worked correctly. Alright, so you can have different pieces of your domain have the same range, same value of the range, but not vice versa. Each domain has to have exactly one element in the range that it corresponds to. Okay, so moving on. Again, a function is a relation in which each element of the domain is paired with exactly one element of the range. So, example 1, determine whether the relation, that set of ordered pair, is a function. Well, we look at our domain values. We have a 6, 4, 7, and negative 3. None of them repeat, which means no piece of the domain, no element in the domain has more than one element in the range, so yes. Okay, explain. Each element in the domain has exactly one element in the range. For number 2, determine whether this function, 3x minus y equals 6, is a function. I'll give you the graph here. Now, there's something called a vertical line test. Okay, a vertical line tells us that if we draw any vertical line through a function and it hits the function only once, then it is a function. If it hits a function twice, it is not a function. Now, what do I mean by that? If you go, say you have this graph, let's say sideways parabol. If you draw a vertical line, that hits twice. Therefore, this is not a function, whereas this one, any vertical line hit once, so that is a function. Now, why does a vertical line test work? Well, say this is the value 2. The fact that a vertical line hit twice means we have, say, 2, 4 is a point. 2, negative 4 is also a point. An x value of 2 has 2 different y values, which means it is not a function. Okay, that's why the vertical line test works. Lastly, this mapping one here, we have negative 1 goes to both 4 and 5. Negative 1 cannot go to 2 different ones. It does, so that is not a function. Okay, a couple more examples before you're set off on your own. This first one, it is a table. Okay, we look at the x values, 0, negative 8, 2, 1. Each their own, yes, it's a function. There's nothing that repeats there. This mapping, again, we have 8 goes to 2 different. We also have 9 goes to 2 different. So that one is no. An input of 9 has 2 different outputs. This graph down here, the lower left, let's see, vertical line through all the points. Every vertical line only hits once, so yes, that is a function. In this one, vertical line, right there, vertical line hits twice. An input of 2 has 2 different outputs, okay? 2 different outputs, so that is not a function. Okay, that's it for your notes on functions. Go ahead and stop the video, do the U-tries, and we will discuss further in class tomorrow.